5 minutes to air. Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Haywood, Miss Applewhite, Miss Sherwood, this is your 5-minute call. Mr. Fillmore, places for audience warm-up, please. We are at 5 minutes to air.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a live broadcast of the WBFR Playhouse of the Air. We thank you for braving the weather this Christmas Eve, and you'll be glad you did when you hear the story we have for you tonight. It's a Wonderful Life. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this evening's program is being broadcast live from coast to coast, and our listeners are counting on your reactions as a part of their listening pleasure. So don't be shy, and feel free to applaud, laugh, swoon, or cry, just as loudly as the spirit moves. I'm getting the signal from our stage manager that we will be going live on the air in just less than 3 minutes, which allows me just enough time to introduce you to the fine acting ensemble who will be performing this evening's entertainment. Having just returned from Los Angeles, having completed filming Dutchie Goes Bananas, a Technicolor spectacle, as our leading lady, Mary Hatch, we bring you Miss Ohio 1943, Miss Sally Applewhite. Our next little lady enrolls ranging from Mother Cabrini to Salome, and playing small-town siren Violet Vick and others this evening, I give you Miss Lana Sherwood. In Universal Pictures' Ma and Pa Kettle Go to Hollywood, and playing Uncle Billy and others this evening, Mr. Ray Gordon. Co-starring with Margaret Dumont in Paramount Pictures' new comedy, The Hick Chick, and playing Clarence the Angel and others in this evening's show, here's Mr. Harry Jazz You will know him from Chick Carter, Boy Detective, and Cowpoke Romance, playing George Bailey, the hero of tonight's story, Mr. Jake Lawrence. And finally, most of the females are fabulous, and here with you every week on Players of the Air, I'm Freddie Fillmore. I'm getting the signal from our stage manager that we will be on the air in 20 seconds. Thank you all for coming this evening, and enjoy the broadcast.
5, 4, 3.
WBFR in New York City.
This is WBFR Playhouse of the Air. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, young and old and new. Greetings from WBFR Studio A in Manhattan, New York, right here in the US of A. I'm your host, Freddie Fillmore, and it is my pleasure to bring you your favorite stories this and every week on WBFR Playhouse of the Air. Tonight, we bring you a real feel-good heartwarmer perfect for this or any Christmas Eve. It's a Wonderful Life. We begin our story in the little town of Bedford Falls, New York, US of A, where a number of people in the town are praying for their dear friend, a typical American dreamer named George Bailey.
Dear God, please look over my husband, George.
George is a good boy, you know that. My son has always gone out of his way to give others a hand. Now it's him who needs the help.
Oh, help my big brother George. He's done so much for all of us. More for me than I remember.
I remember all the times he would stay late after work and not ask a cent. The world needs more like George
Oh,
Bailey.
George Bailey never thinks about himself. I would have a roof over my head if it wasn't for
If
him.
it wasn't for him, I would have given up long ago. All I think about is myself. I must have taken the last cent.
He had no sense of business, that George Bailey, just like his father. None of the Baileys were ever businessmen. It's his own fault if he wasn't prepared for times like these.
Times like these, I can't help but think it's my fault. Help him, Father, for me just putting him through all of this.
Something's the matter with Daddy?
Should we pray for him, Mommy?
Yes, Zuzu, pray very hard.
The voices carry heavenward, and Joseph, the superintendent of angels, summons Clarence, an apprentice angel.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Clarence, a man down on earth needs our help.
Splendid. Is he sick?
Oh, worse. He's discouraged. At exactly 10:45 p.m. tonight, Earth time, that man will be thinking seriously of throwing away God's greatest gift.
Oh dear, dear, his life. Then I have only an hour to dress. What are they wearing now?
You will spend that hour getting acquainted with George Bailey.
Sir, if I should accomplish this mission, might I perhaps win my wings? I've been waiting for 200 years now, and people are beginning to talk.
What's that book you've got there?
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, sir. I was reading it when you sent for me.
Oh, a fine book. Excellent. Well, you do a good job with George Bailey, and we'll see about your wings.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, if you're going to help George, you'll want to know a little something about him. Look, see the town?
Why, yes, a group of young boys sledding down the snow-covered hill and onto the ice. This is amazing.
Yippee!
Who is that?
That's your problem, George Bailey.
A boy?
That's him when he was 12, back in 1919. Something happens here you'll have to remember later on.
And here comes the scare baby, my kid brother Harry Bailey.
Oh, I'm not scared.
Go,
Oh dear, Harry has fallen through the ice.
I'm coming, Harry. Make a chain, gang, a chain.
So his brother fell through the ice, but George saved him.
Yes, Clarence. And ever since George has had a bad ear, all that icy water, you understand?
Bad ear, yes sir.
The other event came a few months later. George took an afternoon school job at Old Man Gower's drugstore.
It's Mr. Gower, George Bailey.
You're late.
Yes, sir.
Hello, George. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Violet.
2 cents worth of shoelaces, Violet.
Mary was here first.
I'm still thinking.
Shoelaces.
Please, Georgie. I like him.
You like every boy.
What's wrong with that?
Here you are.
Bye, Georgie. See you later, Mary.
Made up your minds yet, Mary?
I'll take chocolate.
With coconuts?
Oh, I don't like coconut.
You don't like coconuts? Say, Brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from? Look at here. From Tahiti, Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
What's that you got there? A new magazine? I never saw it before.
Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it. I've been nominated for membership in the National Geographic Society. Let me get your eyes.
Is this the ear you can't hear on? George Bailey, I'll love you till the day I die.
I'm going out exploring someday. You watch. And I'm gonna have a couple of harems and maybe 3 or 4 wives. Wait and see.
George. George!
Yes, sir.
You're not paid to be a canary.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, George.
Bye, Mary.
What was that piece of paper George just picked up?
It's a telegram from Mr. Gower. He found out this morning that his son died of influenza.
Oh, awful.
Yes, and he spent the afternoon drowning his grief in whiskey.
Mr. Gower, do you want something? Anything?
No.
Anything I can do back here?
No.
I'll get them, sir. What's this bottle? Mr.
Never
Gower?
mind that. Take these capsules over to Mrs. Blaze.
Yes, sir. They have that diphtheria there, haven't they, sir? Is it charged, sir?
Yes, George.
Mr. Gower,
Get going!
Yes, sir. Mr. Gower?
What is it?
Mr. Gower, that bottle you used. You put something wrong in those capsules.
Who do you think you're talking to?
You're hurting my career!
Did you hear what I said? Get out of here!
Mr. Gower, you don't know what you're doing. I know you're unhappy. You got that telegram and you're upset, but it wasn't your fault. But look, Mr. Gower, look. That's bottle. You used that bottle to make up the capsules. It's poison.
Poison.
Don't give us a rear again.
George.
All I wanted was to make sure I won't tell anyone I know what you're feeling. I want her to tell us all. I hope to die at once.
Did he ever tell anyone about those pills?
Not a soul.
Did he ever marry the girl? Did he ever go exploring?
We'll get there soon enough, Clarence. When George Bailey grew up, he wanted to go to college, but there just wasn't the money. So he worked 4 years in the Building and Loan Association.
Building and Loan Association?
George's father was in the building and loan business, along with George's uncle, Billy.
Oh, George, what's the combination to the safe?
Wrote it down so you wouldn't forget.
Oh, that's right. Oh, where?
Your wallets, Uncle Billy.
Thanks.
Lovable fellow, just forgetful is all.
Who is that?
That's Henry F. Potter, the richest and meanest man in all the county.
Peter, Pot is here.
Mr. Bailey, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Bailey, there is nothing quite so loathsome as a family business. Now, Peter, you know what I'm here for. I'm on a very tight schedule, a family to evict at 3.
All right then, Mr. Potter, here's the thing. I just need a little more time, just 30 short days, I'll dig up that 5,000 somehow.
Have you put any real pressure on those people of yours to pay their mortgages?
Times are hard, Mr. Potter. A lot of people are out of work.
Well, then foreclose.
I can't do that. These families have children.
Well, they're not my children.
But they're somebody's children, Mr. Potter.
Are you running a business or a charity ward? Not with my money.
All right then. Mr. Potter, what makes you such a hard-skulled character? You have no family, no children. You can't begin to spend all the money you've got.
Oh, so I suppose I should give it to miserable failures like you and that idiot brother of yours to spend for me?
She's not a failure. You can't say that about my father.
George.
You're nuts. You're the biggest man in
Oh,
town.
thank
Don't let him say that about you, Pop.
Tonight.
What kind of business are you running here? Good God, man!
George worked for his father, saving enough to see him through the university. That summer, though, he was going to Europe. George got a job on a cattle boat and was ready to do a little traveling before college. Mr. Gower surprised him with the gift of a great big suitcase. On his way home from the store, he ran into his friends, Ernie the cab driver and Bert the cop.
Hey, Ernie.
Hey, George.
Hey, Bertz.
Hey, George, what's the suitcase for?
I'm a rich tourist today. How about dropping me home in style?
Sure, Your Highness. Hop in the cab, and for the carriage train, I put on my hat.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey. Looks like you're ready to get out of here.
Hello, Violet. Hey, you look good. That sound dress you got on there.
Oh, this old thing? Why, I only wear it when I don't care how I look. See you later.
How would you like?
Yes.
Oh, why don't you come around, Bud? We'll show you the town.
No thanks. Think I'll head home and see what the wife's doing.
Oh, family man.
George saved up money to go away to college. His bags were packed and he was all set to go.
Boy, oh boy. It's hard to realize it's the last night in the baby boy.
We're sure gonna miss you, George.
I'm going to miss you too, Pop. What's the matter? You look tired.
I had another tussle with old Henry Potter today.
Oh,
I thought when we put him on the board of directors, he'd ease up on us.
I wonder what's eating that old money-grubbing buzzard.
He's a sick man. Frustrated and sick. Sick in his mind, sick in his soul, if he has one. Hates everybody that has anything he can have. Hates us mostly, I guess.
Hey, George, can I buy a tuxedo studs?
Yeah, help yourself, Harry.
Oh, where are they? Oh, in your suitcase?
I'm not taking a tuxedo on a cattle board, you know.
Say, where'd you get such a fine piece of luggage anyways?
Mr. Gower, going away presents. And one of these days, you're gonna see that bug all covered with travel labels. Italy, Baghdad.
Hey, why don't you come to the dance tonight?
What, and be bored to death?
You couldn't want a better dad. Lots of pretty girls. Oh, hey, I gotta hurry.
I wish we could send Harry to college with you, George.
We've got that all figured out. You see, Harry will take my job at the building alone, work there 4 years, then he'll go.
Now, he's pretty young for that, Bob.
Well, no younger than I was.
You were born older, George. I suppose you've decided what you're going to do when you get out of college.
Well, you know, what I've always talked about. Building things, design new buildings, plan modern cities.
Still, after that first million before you're 30.
No, I'll settle for half that in cash.
Of course, it's just a hope, but you wouldn't consider coming back from the building alone, would you? I know it's early to talk about it.
Well, I couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in that shabby little office. I'm sorry, Pop. I didn't mean to remark. But this business of nickels and dimes and spending all your life trying to figure out how to save 3 cents on a length of pipe. I'd go crazy. I want to do something big and something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we are doing something important, satisfying a fundamental urge. It's not too much for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace, and we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I know, Dad. I wish I felt, but I've been hoarding pennies like a miser in order to... Most of my friends have already finished college. I just feel like if I don't get away, I'd bust.
Yes, you're right, boy. This town's no place to live if you aren't willing to crawl to Potter. You get yourself an education, then get out of here.
I'm glad you see what I'm talking about. Say, I think I'm gonna go down on Old Main Street. That's not in town, you know.
Have a good time, son.
Who's that?
Why, that's why the pick.
A little girl from the candy counter.
That's right.
Hello, Georgie Porgy.
Hello, bye.
What gives?
Nothing.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'll probably end up at the library.
Georgie, don't you get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. What are you doing tonight?
Not a thing.
Are you game, Vi? What do you say? We make a night of it.
Oh, I love it, Georgie. What do we do?
Let's go out in the field, take off our shoes, and walk in the grass.
Huh?
Then we can go up to Stuart Lake. It's beautiful up there in the moonlight. And then we can swim. Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks. And we'll stay up there the whole night. And everybody will be talking. It will be a terrific scandal.
George, have you gone crazy? Walking the grass in my bare feet? Why, it's 10 miles up there to Mount Bedford.
And just
Well,
because...
just forget about the whole thing.
About what, George?
Nothing, Sam.
Hey, you remember Mary, don't you, George?
Hi, George.
Hello, Mary.
Say, you wouldn't mind walking Mary home, would you?
Of course not. Is that okay with you, Mary?
Fine by me.
Oh, thanks, great.
So George walked Mary home. Is that important, Joseph?
Oh, I'd say it is. Because even though Mary lived only 4 blocks away, it took them 2 hours to get there.
Buffalo girls, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo girls, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
Hot dog, oh boy, you're just like an organ, gee whiz.
Beautiful.
You know something? If it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
I don't know, maybe I will. Say, how old are you anyway?
18.
18?
Too young or too old?
No, just right. Your age fits you. Hey, look where we are.
Oh, the old Granville house.
Yeah, get up the right rock.
Oh, no, please don't. I love that old house.
Well, don't you know about deserted houses? You make a wish and then you throw a
Oh,
rock.
but George, it's such a lovely old place. I wish I lived there.
In there? I wouldn't live there if I was a ghost. Now watch, what's this? About it, huh? Pretty good shot, huh? Broke a window, huh?
What's your wish, George?
Not just one wish. Whole hatful, Murray. I'm shaking the dust of this scrawny little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum. And then I'm coming back here, go to college and see what they know. And then I'm gonna build things. I'm gonna build airfields. I'm gonna build skyscrapers 100 stories high. I'm gonna build bridges a mile long, and then I'm gonna... Hey, what are you gonna throw right to? Hey, that was pretty good. What you wish for, Mary?
Oh, no, if I tell you, it may not come true.
Hey, Mary, come on now. What you want, huh? Do you want the moon? Or you gotta just say the word now.
Okay, the moon. I'll take it. Then what?
Then what? I'll put a lasso around it and put it down, and then you could swallow it, and it would all dissolve, see? And the moonbeam would shoot out of your fingers and toes and the ends of your hair. And, am I talking too much?
Yes! Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Who's that?
Oh, old man Collins on his front porch.
Youth is wasted on the wrong people.
Hey, mister, hold on. You come back out here. I'll show you some kissing that'll put her back on your head. You come back out here now.
George.
Uncle Billy?
George, get in the car quick. Your father's had a stroke.
I'm sorry, I've got to go, Mary.
George's father died of night parents, so of course George couldn't go together. But that fall, just as he was ready to leave for college, the directors of the building alone held a meeting. They were going to appoint a successor.
I want the board to know that George gave up his trip to Europe to help straighten things out here these past few months, and it's greatly appreciated. That's all we'll need from you now, George, so good luck to you at school. I know you're anxious to make a train.
Yes, I have a taxi waiting downstairs.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to get to my real purpose. I claim this institution is not necessary to this town. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to dissolve the building alone and turn its assets and liabilities over to the receiver.
You are absolutely crazy.
It's far too soon after Peter Bailey's death to discuss chloroforming the buildings alone. After all, it was his faith and devotion that were responsible for this organization.
Oh, I'll go further than that. I'll say that to the public Peter Bailey was the building alone.
Oh, that's fine Potter coming from you, considering you probably drove him to his grave.
Peter Bailey was not a businessman. That's what killed him. Oh, I don't mean any disrespect to him, God rest his soul. He was a man of high ideals, so-called. But ideals without common sense can ruin this town. What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stirred them up and filled their heads with a lot of impossible hooey. Now, I say that we
Just a minute now, hold on, Mr. Potter. You're right when you say my father was no businessman, I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny-ant building alone, I'll never know. Neither you nor anyone else can say anything against his character, because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Is that right, Uncle Billy?
Oh, you got that right.
He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of the slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Well, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't it make them better citizens? Doesn't it make them better customers? You said, what did you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even ought to think of a decent home. Wait? Wait for what? Until the children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down by they... Do you know how long it takes to a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, the cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building alone.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't put your fingers on and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. But just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on, little bitty.
Sentimental hogwash. I want my motion.
They're just coming out of the ball meeting. I have to call you back. What happened, Josh? All we heard was a lot of yelling.
Oh boy, Matilda, you should have seen George.
Yeah, they're putting us down there.
George, get out of here. You missed your boat trip. Do you want to miss out on school too? Forget about the boy. They're putting us out of business. So what? I'll find another job. I'm only 55.
Yeah, 58.
George, they voted Potter down. We're still in business. Oh, whatever you want. We're still in business. We're still in business.
But there's one condition, George. I've appointed you to take your father's place.
Appoint me? But I'm going to college. Uncle Billy here, he's your man.
You can keep him on. That's all right.
No, let's get this thing straight. I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to school. This is my last chance.
George, you've got to take it. They'll vote with Potter otherwise.
So George Bailey did not go to college.
That's right, Clarence. He gave his college money to his brother Harry, and Harry went instead.
But what happened to that good-looking girl, Mary?
Oh, George saw her now and then. Not very often, though, because Mary went away to school too. Anyway, George waited 4 years more for Harry to come back and take over the building alone. And then he could still see the world. He planned to work in the oil fields of Venezuela.
There she blows. Say, Uncle Billy, you know what the three most wonderful sounds on earth are?
Breakfast is served. Lunch is served. Dinner is served.
No. Anchor chains, plane motors, train whistles. Hey, here's the professor now.
But it's not George Geographic Explorer Bailey. Uncle Billy, you haven't changed a bit.
Oh, nobody ever changes around here. You know that.
Oh, am I glad to see you.
See, where's Mother?
She's home cooking the fatted calf, come on.
Oh, wait a minute. This is with bacon.
Ruth Dakin, baby, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, why thought I had surprise? Oh, here she is. With the wife. What do you know? Wife.
Well, how do you do? What am I doing? Congratulations. Harry, why didn't you tell somebody? Hey, what's a pretty girl like you doing marrying this stupid brother of mine?
Well, I tell you, it's purely mercenary. My father offered him a job.
Oh, so he gets you and a job, huh? Oh, heavens, cup runneth over. Come on, Ruth, let's start ahead. We'll leave the bags with the fast.
All right.
Hey, George, about that job. Who spoke at her? I never said I'd take it. You've been holding the bag here for 4 years in a row. I won't let you down.
It's all right, Harry. It's all right.
And that night, the homecoming for Harry became his wedding party. Uncle Billy familiarized himself with his spirits.
Oh boy. I feel so good I can spit in Potter's eye. That's what they call a what do you say? Maybe I should just go home. You could point me in the right direction.
Right down there.
Oh, this way, huh? Oh, go buy old buildings alone, pal. See you later. Oh, I'm all right.
George!
Yeah, I'm out here on the porch, Mother. I just thought I'd get some air.
Well, how'd you like your new sister-in-law?
Sister, well?
Looks like she keep Harry on his toes.
Yeah, keep him out of Bedford Falls, anyway.
George, do you know that Mary Hatch is back from school?
Yeah.
Nice girl, Mary.
Uh-huh.
Oh, stop grumbling and give me one good reason why you shouldn't call on Mary.
Well, Sam Wainwright. Sam's crazy about her.
Well, she's not crazy about him.
Well, how do you know that? Did she discuss it with you?
Besides, Sam is in New York and you're here in Bedford Falls.
And all is fair in love and war.
I don't know about war.
All right, Mother. I think I'll go out and find the girl and do some passionate necking.
Oh, George!
Bye, Miss Bailey. By the way, do you want any books at the library?
The library? George, you gonna call on Mary, you hear?
Hi, George.
Oh, hello, Mary. I just happened to be passing by.
Oh, your mother just called and said that you were on your way to pay me a visit.
My mother just called you? Well, how did she know?
Well,
I didn't tell anybody I was coming here. I just went for a walk and happened to be passing by. Well, I just went for a walk, that's all. When did you get back?
Tuesday. Would you like to come in?
I guess, since I'm here. Say, where'd you get that dress?
Oh, do you like it?
It's all right. I thought you'd go back to New York with Sam and Francie and the rest of them.
I worked there a couple of vacations, but I don't know, I guess I was homesick.
Homesick for Bedford Falls?
Yes, and my family, and well, everything. Would you like to sit down?
All right, for a minute. You know, I still can understand it, though. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was coming here.
Would you rather leave?
No. I don't want to be rude.
It was nice about Harry and Ruth, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right.
Don't you like her?
Well, of course I like her. She's a peach.
Oh, it's just the whole idea of marriage you're not too enthusiastic about, huh?
Oh, no. Marriage is fine for Harry, Sam Wainwright, and you.
Mary? Mary, who's out there with you?
It's George Bailey, Mother.
George Bailey? What does he want?
I don't know. What do you want, George?
Me? Not a thing. I just came in to get work.
He's making violent love to me, Mother.
Right back home and you're not to leave the house. Somewhere my promise had called from New York tonight, didn't he?
You know, your mother needed. I didn't come here for...
What did you come here for?
I don't know. You tell me. You're supposed to be the one who has all the answers. You tell
Why
me.
don't you go home?
That's where I'm going. I don't know why I came here in the first place.
Mary! The telephone, it's Sam!
I'll get it. Hey-haw. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Oh, great. Oh, gee, it's so good to hear your voice again.
Oh, well, that's awfully sweet of you, Sam. There's an old friend of yours here, George Bailey.
Oh, you mean on Mossback, George?
Yes, old Mossback George.
We'll put him on.
Just a moment, I'll get him, George.
He doesn't want to talk to George, you idiot!
He does so. He asked for him. George, Sam wants to talk to you.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, fine, pal, you. What you trying to do? Steal my girl?
What do you mean? Nobody's trying to steal your
Wait a
girl.
minute. I want to talk to both of you. Tell Mary to get on the extension.
Mother's on the extension.
I am not!
We can both hear you. George, just put your head a little closer.
Okay.
That's better. We're both listening, Sam.
Yeah, I've got a big deal coming in that's gonna make us all rich. George, you remember that night at Martini's bar when you told me about making plastics out of soybeans?
Well, soybeans, yeah.
Yeah, well, look at this. Ford has checked into it, and he's gonna build a great big factory just outside of Rochester. How do you like that?
Rochester? Well, why Rochester?
Why not? Can you think of anything better?
I don't know. Why not out here in Bedford Falls? You remember that old tool and machinery works? You tell your father he can get that for his son and all the labor he wants to. Half the town was run out of work when they closed down.
Oh, is that so? Oh, I'll tell you, that's just great. Oh, baby, I knew you'd come through. Look, here's the point, George. I might have a job offer for you. That's if you're not still wedded to the broken old buildings and lawn. Oh, Mary.
I'm still here.
You tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime. You hear?
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Give me that phone. Now you listen to me, Mary. I don't want any plastics. I don't want any job. I don't want to get married ever to anyone. Do you understand that? I want to do what I want to do. You're not going to. You're not. Mary.
George,
Mary. I love you.
I love you too, George.
We will return to wonderful life in just a few moments. But first, gentlemen, does your hair resemble a dried out bird's nest full of dandruff flakes? Do you plaster your hair down like a cheap gigolo, smelling to high heaven?
Ew, what a sin.
When girls get a gander at the tiptoe of your noggin, do they go?
Ew.
Well, here's a friendly hint that may just help you out in the romance department.
Oh.
Starting tomorrow, why not try Dremel Hair Tonic? Yes, sirree, you'll be heading for success with Dremel groomed hair. A success with the gals and on the job. Dremel always keeps hair looking mighty attractive, always in place. A real sex appealer.
Wow.
Dremel Hair Tonic does lots more than keep your hair handsome looking.
Dremel, the swine hair tonic. Makes you look good and slim. One little that will do ya. All the pretty girls will scream. Oh! Not only will they love it, your mama will shut up with glee. Dremel, the swine hair tonic. Your dandruff will be history.
Buy some Dremel today. Buy some Dremel today. Your hair will thank you. And now back to It's a Wonderful Life. George and Mary were married, and following the wedding and reception, George's old pal Ernie, the cab driver, drove the happy couple to the train station.
Hey, where are you two going on this honeymoon?
We're going to shoot the works, Ernie. A whole week in New York, a whole week in Bermuda. The highest hotel, the oldest champagne, the richest caviar, the hottest music, and the prettiest wife.
Here's the kitty, Ernie. $2,000. I feel like a bootlegger's wife.
So you are finally getting out of Bedford Falls, huh? Then what?
Then what, honey?
After that, who cares?
Does it? Hey, Miss Bailey, I haven't kissed you since.
Hey, George, there is something funny going on over there. Look over there at the bank. It looks like a run.
Pull over there a minute, will you, Ernie?
Oh, no, let's not. Please, George, let's go straight to the station.
No, wait a minute. I'll better see what it is. I'll be right back.
George, please, George.
What is this, Uncle Billy? A holiday? Why are the doors locked? There's a crowd up front.
Oh, this is a pickle, George.
All right, now what happened?
All I know is the bank called in alone.
All of
And
it?
got all of our cash, every last cent of it.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, and then I got scared, George. Oh, I closed the doors.
Our charter says we need to stay open until 6 o'clock or we'll lose the license.
Billy Brothers building.
Get me, George.
Oh, George, it's Potter.
Hello?
George, there's a rumor around town that you've closed your doors. Is that true?
No, it isn't.
Do you need any police? Mobs get pretty ugly sometimes, you know.
We're fine.
Oh, we'll see. George, I'm going all out to help in this crisis. I've just guaranteed the bank's official funds to meet their needs. They'll close for a week and then reopen. I may lose a fortune, but I'm willing to guarantee your people too. Just tell them to bring their shares over here, and I'm willing to pay 50 cents on the dollar.
Oh, you don't miss a trick, do you, Potter? Well, you're going to miss this one.
If you close your doors before 6 p.m., you will never reopen.
You just took over the bank, Billy. Open the doors, let them in. Now just remember that this thing isn't as black as it appears. I have some news for you folks. Just talk to old man Potter and his guaranteed cash payments at the bank.
How about our money, George? Where's the money?
No, wait a minute. Listen to me. You've got this place all wrong. Your man is not here. No, wait a minute. Let me tell you. Your man is in people's houses, in the Kennedy house, and the McLaren house, and your house, and 100 others. What are you going to do for clothes on them?
I've got $242 in here, George, and $242 isn't gonna break anybody.
Right, Charlie, all right. Now you'll get your money back in 60 days.
60 days?
Well, that's what he agreed to when you bought your shares.
I got my money. Look, old man Potter is taking over the bank. He'll pay you 50 cents on every dollar.
Please don't leave. I beg of you not to do this. If Potter gets a hold of your shares, he'll be owning this building alone. He's got the bank, he's got the bus line, he's got the department stores, and now he's after us. Because he wants to keep you living in his shots and paying the kind of rent that he decides to charge. Now, we can't get through this all right, but we've got to stick together. We've got to have faith in each other.
My husband's out of work and we need money.
I got Dr. bills to pay.
I can't feed my kids on faith.
How much do you need? We've still got some money. We've got $2,000 from the wedding.
Hey, Mary. Hey, I've got $2,000 here. This will tide us over until the bank reopens. All right, Charlie, now how much do you need?
$242.
Come on, Charlie, just enough to tide you over until the bank reopens.
I'll take $242.
All right, Uncle Billy, give Charlie $242. And now, Ed, how much just to get by?
$20, I suppose.
Now we're talking. All right, Miss Thompson, how about you?
But it's your own money, George.
Never mind that. How much do you need, Miss Thompson?
Could I have 17 cents?
7. Oh. Bless your heart, of course you can have it. Uncle Billy, give her $17.50. Pay it back when you can, huh? Pay it back when you can. All right. Who's next?
Oh, look at the clock, George.
With 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. 6 o'clock, we made it. Lock that door, Uncle Billy. We're still in business and we've even got $2 left.
Bailey's brother building on me. Oh, just a minute. George, there's a call for you.
Hey, look, will you get my wife on the phone? She's probably over at her mother's.
Oh, Mrs. Bailey is on the phone.
I don't want Miss Bailey, I want my wife. Miss Bailey, oh, that's my wife. Listen, dear, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, come home? What home? 320 Sycamore. Well, whose home is that? The Waldorf Hotel one?
That doesn't look like the Waldorf.
Oh no. Number 320 Sycamore was the old Grandin house, the one George and Mary threw rocks at and made wishes. Mary had prepared the house, including a turkey dinner, romantic decorations, and even a marriage bed.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
Well, I'll be.
Do you remember when we threw rocks in this old house? This is what I wished for.
Arlene, you're wonderful.
Yes, sir, that's why they spent their honeymoon. That's why they started their lives together. Mary made the leaky old house a home, while George toiled away at the building and loan office, providing houses for people like Giuseppe Martini.
Hey, Martini, you're renting a new house?
Rent? Huh. Did you hear that, Mr. Bailey? I own this house. Meet Giuseppe Martini. I own my own house. No more we live like pigs in Potter's Field.
We have something for you and your family, Mr. Martini. George and I bring something for all the new owners.
For the Martinis, Maria, come quick. Our first housewarming gift. Bring the kids.
Bread, so that this house may never know hunger, and salt, so that life may always be full of flavor.
And wine, that joy and prosperity may reign forever. Enter the Martini Castle.
Bailey houses were popping up all over the place, mostly owned by people that used to live in Potter's Field, and Potter had just about enough of that. So, after a couple of years, Old Man Potter decided to call our George into his office.
Sit down, George, sit down. Have a cigar.
Thank you, sir. Why is a cigar, Mr. Potter?
Oh, you like it. I'll send you a box.
Well, I suppose I'll find out sooner or later, but what exactly did you want to see me about?
Ah, George, now, that's just what I like so much about you. George, I'm an old man, and most people hate me. But I don't like them either, so that makes it all even. You know just as well as I do that I run practically everything in this town, but the building alone. You know also that for a number of years, I've been trying to get control of it, or kill it. But I haven't been able to do it. You have been stopping me. In fact, you have beaten me, George, and that takes some doing. Take, during the Depression, for instance. You and I were the only ones that kept our heads. You saved the building alone, and I saved all the rest.
Yeah, most people say you stole all the rest.
The envious ones say that, George, the suckers. Now, let's look at your side. A young man, 27, 28, married, making, say, 40 weeks.
45.
45.
45.
Now, if you were some ordinary yokel, I would say that you were doing fine. But George Bailey is intelligent, ambitious. He hates the building alone almost as much as I do. He's been dying to get out of town ever since he was born. A young man, the smartest one of the crowd, mind you, who has to sit and watch his friends go places because he's trapped. Trapped into frittering his life away, playing nursemaid to a bunch of garlic eaters. Do I paint a correct picture, George? Or do I exaggerate?
What's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is you're the only man in town who's licked me. I want to hire you. Manage my affairs. I'll start you out at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year?
Oh, you wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town, buying your wife a lot of fine clothes, a couple of business trips to New York a year, maybe once in a while, Europe. You wouldn't mind that, would you, George?
Would I? You're not talking somebody else around here, are you? Are you sure you're talking to me? I'm George Bailey, the building alone, remember?
Yes, George Bailey, whose ship has just come in, provided he has brains enough to climb aboard.
What's about the building alone?
Confound it, man. I'm offering you a 3-year contract at $20,000 a year. Is it a deal or isn't it?
Mr. Potter, I know I ought to jump at the chance, but I wonder if you might give me 24 hours to think about it.
Sure. You go home and talk to your wife.
Yeah, I'd like that.
In the meantime, I'll draw up the papers, and soon you'll be managing my affairs.
Your affairs? No! The answer is no. Doggone it! You sit around here and you spin your little webs and you think the whole world revolves around you and your money. Well, it doesn't, Mr. Potter. In the whole vast configuration of things, I'd say you were nothing but a scurvy little spider.
What did Mr. Potter want, George?
Oh, nothing. Just talk, nothing. Oh, gee, Mary Hutch. Why in the world would you ever marry a guy like me anyway?
To keep me from being an old maid.
I was going to see the world. I was going to build things. I was going to give you the moon. What have I given you? Not even a new dress, not for months. You could have married some Wainwrights, anybody else in town.
I didn't want to marry anybody else in town. I want my baby to look like you.
You didn't even have a honeymoon. I promised you. You're what?
My baby.
You mean, Mary, you're on the nest?
George Bailey, Lesu Stork.
Mary had her baby, a boy.
You don't say.
Then she had a girl.
Well, what do you know?
Night after night, George would come home late from the office. Things weren't good with the building alone. Potter was really bearing down hard. Then came the war. Mary had another baby by then, but still had time to run the USO. Gower and Dr. Billy sold war bonds. Violet entertained the troops. Bert the cop was wounded in North Africa, got the Silver Star. Ernie the taxi driver parachuted into France. Harry Bailey topped them all. A Navy flyer, he shot down 15 planes, 2 of them as they were about to crash into a transport full of soldiers.
Yes, but George, what about George?
George, 4F on account of his ear, George fought the Battle of Bedford Falls. Air raid warden, paper drives, scrap drives, rubber drives. On VE Day, he wept and prayed. On VJ Day, he wept and prayed again.
We're getting pretty close to today, aren't we, sir?
That's right, Clarence. You know now almost everything you have to know about George, except what happened that finds him down there at this moment, waiting to die.
Well, sir, well?
Well, today is the day before Christmas, and Uncle Billy is at the bank to make a deposit when he ran into Old Man Potter.
Oh, Mr. Henry F. Potter come to deposit some money at the bank, huh?
Sure, you're fool.
What are you making the news in the paper, Mr. Potter, huh? Harry Bailey wins Congressional Medal of Honor. You can't keep those Bailey boys down now,
Let
huh?
me see that newspaper.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Sorry, I can't stay and chat, you old thief. Gotta make a deposit.
Good morning, Mr. Bailey.
Well, good morning, Horace. Here you go. Deposit slip, bank book. Oh, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Bailey. So, you've forgotten something, haven't you?
What's that?
Well, do you want to make a deposit?
Oh, most certainly. Well, then it's customary to bring the money with you. Oh, it's gone. Oh, where did I put it? Where did I put the money?
Oh, a terrible thing, Clarence, terrible. Uncle Billy couldn't find the money because the envelope with the $8,000 was folded up in that newspaper he gave to Old Man Potter. At the same time, as Billy started looking for the deposit, Violet came to visit George at the building alone.
Hello, Violet.
Suppose you're getting things set back at the house for the party tonight.
You know you're invited. What's wrong?
You see right through me, don't you, George?
Oh, how much do you need?
I hate doing this to you, but I won't be asking for any more after this.
You planning on robbing a bank, Vi?
I'm going to Manhattan.
Oh, what's in Manhattan?
Why, everything's in Manhattan. A new start, at least.
Well, what's the matter with starting a new life right here in Bedford Falls?
Well, I'll be. I never thought I'd hear that from you, George Bailey. I thought you hated this place.
I did, but this town has a charm of its own.
You could give tours, maybe.
I'm just thinking of you, Violet. Manhattan's a big place to take on your own.
I've made a decision. There's a midnight train tonight, and I plan to be on it.
Well, it takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again. Here's some dough.
Oh, George, don't.
What you want to do? Hawk your furs on that hat? Want to walk to New York? You know they charge for meals and rent up there just the same as they do in Bedford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
It's a loan. That's my business, building a loan. Besides, you'll get a job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
Say hello to New York for me.
Merry Christmas, George.
George.
Uncle Benny, what's the matter? The bank examiner is coming today.
Today?
Yeah, he wants the accounts payable. What's wrong with you?
The money, the 8,000.
What's Uncle Benny? What happened to it?
Oh, I don't know. I went to make a deposit. When I got back to the bank, I didn't have it.
$8,000. Uncle Benny, the bank examiner's in town, and that's not our money. It belongs to the depositors.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. I just don't know what happened.
Right, now, the first place you look is in your coat pocket. I told you to put it there when you left.
Oh, I'm just no good to you, George.
Let's go. We'll retrace your steps. We'll leave no stone unturned.
And as George and Billy started looking for the deposit, Potter had a meeting with the state bank examiner, a Mercedes Vance.
The whole town's turned upside down with the Bailey boys' homecoming. Congressional medal and all.
I guess they do things like that.
May I look at your paper?
Oh, go ahead.
This is a deposit from Bailey.
That old fool Billy Bailey gave me that newspaper.
Well, you're going to deposit it for him, right, Potter?
To think he would make such a foolish mistake. Look at how much it is.
There's $8,000 here.
What a Christmas present, and he doesn't even know it.
Now, just a minute here, Potter. You've been giving the Baileys a hard time as far back as I can remember. Why?
I don't have to give answers to you. You're just a state examiner.
Yes, I am. But I'm unimpressed by you buying off everyone in town. Oh, that's it. You can never buy the Baileys.
What?
You heard what I said. The Baileys have always stood for something you always wanted and are so jealous of. They're honest.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm state appointed. And what's more, I'm not going to turn my back. This is stealing from the Baileys. Something like this would certainly cause them to fold.
Yes, and after 25 years. Finders keepers, you know that. He gave me the money. It was his own fault. Besides, there's not a court in the county that would find me guilty.
We all know why.
How is your family, Sadie?
My family?
I know how little state positions pay. What would you say to a little Christmas bonus?
I want no part of this.
That's not what I've heard.
What are you insinuating, Potter?
I will not be turned down.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to pay the Baileys a surprise visit. You'll see the records, they'll be short, you know the rest. At last, the Baileys will be where they belong. Down for good.
I know just what to do.
And did you put the envelope in your pocket?
Yeah. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy, you've got to find that money.
Oh, I'm good to you, George. I'm just good to you.
Do you have a secret hiding place here in the house?
I've been all over the house. Even the room's been locked since we lost her and Laura.
Listen to me. Think.
I can't think, George. It hurts.
Where's that money, you stupid, silly old fool? Do you realize what this means? This means bankruptcy and scandal and prison. One of us is going to jail. Well, it's not going to be me.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Daddy.
Daddy, did you bring the wreath?
What wreath?
The Merry Christmas wreath at the window.
Left it at the office.
Is it snowing?
Yeah, just started.
Where's your coat and hat?
Left them at the office.
What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Everything's all right.
Isn't it wonderful news about Harry? You know, I bet we're famous, George. I've had about 50 calls today about the parade and the banquet. Oh, your mother is so excited.
Must she be playing that?
Daddy, I have to practice for the party tonight.
Mommy says we can stay up until midnight and sing Christmas carols.
Better hurry and shave, George. The families will be here soon.
Families? I don't want the families here.
Excuse me.
Have a happy day.
Oh yeah, another big red letter day for the baby.
Oh, Dad, the Browns next door have a new car. You should see it.
Well, what's the matter with our car? Isn't it good enough for you?
Yes, Daddy.
Excuse me.
Excuse you for what?
I burnt.
All right, now, darling, you're excused. Now go upstairs and see what little Zuzu wants.
What's wrong with Susan?
Oh, she got a cold. Caught it coming home from school.
What is
You
it?
know, well, they gave her a flower as a prize, and she didn't want to crush it, so she didn't button up her coat.
What is it? A sore throat? What?
Well, the doctor says it's nothing serious.
Was the doctor here?
I called him straight away.
Is she running a temperature?
Just a teensy one.
Gosh, it's this old house. I don't know why we don't all have pneumonia. This drafty old barn, you might as well be living in a refrigerator. Why did you have to live here in the first place and stay around this measly, crummy old town?
George, what's wrong?
Wrong! Everything is wrong. You call this a happy family? Why did you have to have all these kids?
Dad, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know, ask your mother.
Where are you going?
I have to see Zuzu.
I want a flower.
Where do you think you're going?
Give the flower a drink.
I'll like give Daddy the flower, I'll give it a drink.
Look, Daddy, the petals came off. Paste it.
All right, I'll paste this now. There you go, good as new.
Give the flower a drink.
Now will you do something for me?
What?
Will you try to get some sleep?
I'm not sleepy. I want to look at my flower.
I know, but you just go to sleep and you can dream about it. It will be a whole garden.
It will?
Telephone!
I'll get it. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Bailey. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. The doctor says that she'll be out of bed in time for a Christmas dinner.
Is that Zuzu's picture?
Yes.
Let me speak to her. Hello, Mrs. Welch? This is George Bailey. Say, what kind of teacher are you anyway? What do you mean send her home like that, half naked?
George!
Is this the sort of thing you're paying taxes for? To have teachers like you, silly, stupid, careless people send our kids home that ain't clothes on? Well, that's stupid.
Hello? Mrs. Welch? I want to apologize. Hello? Hello? She hung up.
I'll hang her up.
No, who do you think you are?
No, wait a minute. Hello, who is this? Oh, Mr. Welch. All right, Mr. Welch. Gives me a chance to tell you what I really think of your wife.
George.
Will you get down and let me handle this? Hello, Mr. Welch? Oh, you will, huh? Okay, Mr. Welch. Anytime you think you're man enough.
Daddy, how do you spell hallelujah?
What do you think I am, a dictionary? Janie, haven't you learned that silly tune yet? Now stop it, stop it!
George, what are you doing?
Mary, I'm sorry. Janie, I'm sorry, I didn't mean you go on and practice. Peter, I owe you an apology too. I'm sorry, what did you want to know?
Nothing, Daddy.
What's the matter with everybody now? Come on, Janie, I told you to practice, now go and play.
George, why must you torture the children? Why don't you just go upstairs and
Where are you going?
Bedford 247, please.
Daddy in trouble?
Yes, Pete.
Should we pray for him, Mommy?
Yes, Janie. Pray very hard. You too. You too, Tommy. Hello, Uncle Billy?
So that's it, George. You're short $8,000 in the books.
Mother, please, I'll pay any sort of interest. If you still want the building alone.
You said it was lost. Did you notify the police?
Haven't done that yet, sir. Harry's homecoming tomorrow and I didn't want
Why did you come to me? What about your good friend Sam Wainwright?
I can't get a hold of him. He's in Europe.
Well, what securities would I have, George? What collateral?
I have some life insurance. A $15,000 policy.
How much is your equity in it?
$500.
And you want $8,000? Look at you. You used to be so cocky. You were going to go out and conquer the world. You once called me a warped, frustrated old man. What are you but a warped, frustrated young man? Crawling on your hands and knees for help? No securities, no stocks, no bonds. You're worth more dead than you are alive. So why don't you go to the riffraff you love so much and ask them for help?
Pointer, please, you have to help me.
Do
My wife,
you
my
know
kids.
what I am going to do for you? As a stockholder of the building alone, I am calling the state examiner to get a warrant for your arrest. Misappropriation of funds, manipulation,
Mr. Potter,
malfeasance.
they can't arrest me.
Go on and run, George! You can't hide in a little town like this. Merry Christmas, George!
And now, more from our sponsors. You. Are you guilty of careless driving because windshield bug spots dulled your vision?
Yes, I'm guilty.
Stop straining to see through a box-covered windshield. Doc's toilet clean gets the squash bugs off quickly, easily. Yes, even when the sun has baked them in the glass.
Remember, you need clear vision as well as good brakes to avoid accidents. You'll find the Dutch toilet cake leaves the glass polish so crystal clear you'll hardly know it's there.
I feel so much safer after I clean my windshield with Duck's toilet cake. Full stop. It leaves no dangerous oily film to pick up dust and make night driving difficult. Full stop.
Duck's toilet cake, the circle of 100 uses.
Better wash high, better wash
Duck's toilet soap today. Keep it in your car.
Merry Christmas. Glad you come.
Hey, what about some of that good spaghetti?
We got everything. Where is George, sir? Where?
After running out of Potter's office, George ended up at Martini's bar. He's had a couple of drinks, Clarence. He's just sitting there.
God, dear Father in heaven, I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope, God. Show me the way.
You're right, George. You want somebody to take you home, huh?
Why you drink so much, my friend? You don't feel good? Please go home, Mr. Bailey.
Bailey? You say Bailey? Which Bailey?
This gentleman is Bailey. George Bailey.
George Bailey, huh? When you talk to my wife like that again, you'll get worse. It's not enough that she has to teach those stupid kids how to read and write. You've got to bow her out.
You get out of here, Mr. Welch. You hit my best friend. You get out.
All right, all right.
Mr. Bailey, you okay?
Who was that?
Mr. Welch, but don't worry. You don't come in this place no more. I'll get something for your face. It's bleeding.
I'm alright.
Please don't go away, Mr. Bailey. Please don't.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
George is headed to the bridge now, Clarence. Can you see him?
Looks like he's going to jump.
It's time, Clarence.
Excuse me. You there? Have you got the time?
My watch is dead.
Thanks. Just the same. Help! Help me! I can't swim!
Go on then, mister. I'm coming.
What in some hill are the two of you doing? This stump's not fit for man or beast. Now get out of that water. Are you two all right? Do you need a doctor?
No, I'm alright.
No, I'm fine. This underwear, I did not have time to get anything stylish. My wife gave me this on my last birthday. I passed away with it.
Passed away.
Oh, I see. Tom Sawyer is dying out too.
How?
My book. I left in such a hurry I brought Tom Sawyer with me. You should read the new book Mark Twain is working on.
So how'd you happen to fall in?
Oh, I jumped in. I jumped in to save you.
You jumped in to save me?
Well, I did, didn't I? You did not go through it, did you?
What?
Suicide.
It's against the law to commit suicide around here.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from too.
Where do you come from?
Heaven.
What?
I had to act quickly, that's why I jumped in. I knew if I were drowning, you would try to save me. And you see, you did. And that's how I saved you.
Oh, that's very funny.
Your lips is bleeding, George.
Yeah. You got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer.
Oh, no, George. I am the answer to your prayer.
Now, how'd you know my name?
Oh, I know all about you. I have watched you grow from a little boy.
What's are you, a hypnotist and mind reader or what?
Oh, no.
Well, who are you then?
Clarence, Oddbody, AS2.
Oddbody AS2, what's that AS2?
Angel, second class.
I'm getting out of here. You may not need a doctor, but I do.
Chica, my good man.
Hey, look here. So why do you want to save me?
Because I am your guardian angel.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Ridiculous of you to think of killing yourself for money? $8,000?
Things like that. Now, how did you know that?
I told you, I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Well, you look like about the kind of angel I'd get. Sort of a fallen angel, aren't you? What happened to your wings?
I haven't won my wings yet. That's why I'm an angel second class.
I see.
But you can help me earn them, George, by letting me help you.
You don't happen to have $8,000 on you, huh?
Oh, no, we don't use money in heaven.
Oh yeah, that's right, I keep forgetting. Well, it comes in pretty handy down here, Bob.
Oh.
I found it out a bit late. I'm worth more dead than alive.
Now look, you mustn't say things like that. I won't get my wings with that attitude. You just don't know all that you have done. If it hadn't been for you...
Yeah, if it hadn't been for me, everybody would be a lot better off. My wife, my family, my friends, everybody.
This isn't going to be easy.
It'd all be better if I hadn't been born.
What did you say?
I said I wish I'd never been born.
George, that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes, the idea that you just gave me. Well, you have got your wish. You have never been born.
Never been born?
Exactly. No worries. No $8,000 to get. Nothing. You don't exist.
Hey, that ear of mine, there's something else in that ear.
You don't have a bad ear anymore. Don't you see, George? You're not the George Billy you think you are. You are a, well, you are nobody.
Oh, that's a doggonest thing.
Your lips have stopped bleeding too, George.
What happens? I need a drink, that's what I need. How about you, Angel? Do you want a drink?
Well, I don't know.
Come on, we'll go as soon as our clothes are dry.
Our clothes are dry.
So they are. That's funny, that stove's hotter than I thought. Well, okay, let's get dressed and we'll stroll over to Martini's and then... Oh, excuse me. I'll stroll, you fly.
I haven't got my wings.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, a couple of drinks and we'll both fly. There's a place to sit down, Clarence. Hello, Nick. Clarence, welcome to the best bar in Beckwood Place.
But for boss, don't you mean Pottersville?
Pottersville. Hey, where's Martini?
Look, mister, I am the boss. You want a drink, or don't you?
Okay, all right. No, double bourbon, quick, huh?
Okay. What's yours, Bob?
I was just thinking of one wine.
Huh?
Heavy on the cinnamon and light on the cloves. Off with you, my lad, and lively now.
Look, we serve hard drinks here for men who want to get drunk fast, and we don't need any characters around to keep the joint out.
Come on, just give him the same as I ordered. He's all right.
2 double bourbon.
What's about this place? It's all changed.
All of Beckwood Falls has changed. You're having a wish, George. You have never been born. Oh, there have been lots of things you have never seen before. Oh, good. Somebody had just made it.
Made what?
Every time he had a bell ring, it means that some angels had just got his wings.
What did you say?
Look, Clarence, I don't think you better talk about angels around here.
Don't they believe in angels?
Well, yeah, they believe in them, but you know, just a little bit here, I don't know.
Well then, why should people be surprised when they see one?
Huh?
Don't mind him, Nick. He just never grew up. How old are you anyway, Clarence?
293. Next
Oh,
May.
fantastic. Out you 2 pixies go, through the door or out the window. Go on, get.
Where's
get.
Martini? Will you tell him that?
Stop asking about Martini. He ain't here. Well. Look who crawled out from under whatever hole he's been hiding in.
It's Mr. Gower.
Hey, Robbie, did I tell you never to come panhandling out here? Huh?
George, look.
Mr. Gower, it's me, George Bailey. Don't you remember?
Would you mind a drink, mister? Just one drink, mister.
Biggie, throw the rummy out.
You got it.
Oh, no.
Hey, Nick, isn't that Mr. Gower, the drunkest?
That rumhead spent 20 years in jail for poisoning some kid. If you know him, you must be a jailbird yourself. Biggie, here's some more. Get them out of here.
Yeah, you got it, Pops.
Here, let me help you. The store is quite full.
What's wrong with Mr. Gower?
Mr. Gower doesn't know you, George. You see, George? You weren't there to stop Gower from putting that poison into that prescription.
What you mean I wasn't there? But what are you, a hypnotist? Why am I seeing all these strange things here?
Don't you understand? It's because you were never born.
If I was never born, who am I?
You are nobody. You have no identity.
You mean no identity? My name's George Bailey.
There is no George Bailey. You have no papers, no cards, no driver's license, no 4F card, no insurance policy.
Just petals.
What?
Just petals. My little girl, some petals fell off her flower. I told her to fix it and stuck them in my pocket, but they're gone too. Everything's gone.
But you have been given a great gift, George. The chance to see what the world would be like if you had never been born.
You're crazy. You're crazy as a bedbug, and you're driving me crazy too. Now I'm going home to my wife and kids, and I'm going home alone. Do you understand that?
You know that, man. Hands behind your back, sister.
Keep your hands off me. Why don't you bump somebody else for a change?
Hey, officer, where did the building and loan move to?
The building and what?
The Bailey building and loan, it was up there.
Went out of business years ago now. All that's left is this palace house.
Not so fast, copper. I know Potter.
Hey, Violet, hey, listen to me, that's Violet Beck.
I know. Believe me, I know.
I know that girl.
Who doesn't? Now, get out of my way.
Taxi! Hey, Ernie, take me home. I'm going up my nuts.
Okay, where do you live?
Oh, no, Ernie, come on, don't you start pulling that stuff. You know where I live. 320 Sycamore, now hurry up.
Okay, 320 Sycamore?
Yeah, hurry up, Suzu's sick.
All right.
Oh, right, now, Ernie, straighten me out here. I've got some bad liquor or something now. Listen to me, now, you're Ernie Bishop. And you live in Bailey Park with your wife and kid. That's right, isn't it?
You seen my wife?
Seen your wife? I've been to your house 100 times.
No, but what's the idea? I live in a shack in Pottersfield, and my wife ran away 3 years ago and took the kid. And I had never seen you before in my life.
All right, just step on it. Just get me home.
Is this the place?
Of course that's the place.
Well, this house has been lived in for 20 years.
Mary! Mary! Pete, Tommy, Janie, where are you?
They're not here, George. You have no children.
Where are they, Clarence? What have you done with them?
All right, put up your hands.
What's this?
No fast moves. Come on out here, the both of you.
Bert Thinghaven, you're here. What's happened to this house? Where's Mary? Where's my kids?
Watch him, Bert.
I'm gonna take you both down to the station.
Bert, listen to me. It's that bed over there. He says he's an angel. He's trying to hypnotize me.
Don't make me use my nightstick.
Oh, Bert, I hate to do this, but...
George! Run, George!
My baby's boarding house.
Well,
Mother?
Mother, what do you want?
Mother, this is George. I thought sure you'd remember me.
George who?
Mother, please try to understand. Something's happened to me. I don't know what it is, but I need a place to stay. Please let me stay here.
I don't take in strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I know everybody you know. Your brother-in-law, Uncle Billy.
You know him?
Well, sure I do.
When did you see him last?
Today over at his house.
That's a lie. He's been in the insane asylum ever since he lost his business. And if you ask me, that's where you belong.
I'm here again, George.
My mother. My own mother didn't even know me.
Strange, isn't it? One man's life touches so many others. And when he's not around, he leaves a pretty big hole, doesn't it?
Look, I've seen stuff like that before. You've got me under some kind of spell. And I'm gonna get out of it. I've got to. Now, I know I talked to Billy this afternoon. How can you be in an asylum? I've got to snap out of this. Now, let me think a minute. Bailey Park.
There is no Bailey Park if you are not here to build it.
We'll see.
Is this Bailey Park? People live here? Pretty grim.
That's where Bailey Park is supposed to be. What's this gravestone doing here? Where's the name Bailey on it?
That wouldn't be yours.
Well, my father's name is here, but what's his other name? What's my brother Harry's name here?
Your brother Harry broke through the ice and drowned at the age of 9.
That's a lie. Harry Bailey went to war. He got the Congressional Medal of Honor. He saved the lives of every man on that transport.
Every man on that transport died. Harry wasn't there to save them because you weren't there to save Harry. You see, George? You really had a wonderful life. Don't you see what a mistake it would be to throw it away?
What do I do now? Clarence, what do I do?
It's your life, George.
What happened to Mary, Clarence?
Mary?
My wife, Mary. What happened to her if I was never born?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
I don't know how you know the things you do, but please, if you know where she is, just let me see her. That's all I need to make a decision.
Very well, but you're not going to like it.
Where is she, Clarence?
She's an old maid, George.
Where is she?
She's just about to close up the library. There must be some easier way to earn my wings.
Is the library closed?
Well, it's Christmas Eve. We can't stay open all night.
Can I ask you something?
I should really be getting home.
What is there to go home to?
That's none of your business, sir. I told you the library is closed. Maybe you should try back to 26.
It's Mary.
How do you know my name?
All I need is a couple of minutes.
I told you the library is closed.
Please, just 2 minutes, that's all I need.
You sound desperate. I'll help if I can. What is it?
Isn't this town Bedford Falls?
It used to be, but that was some time ago. I wasn't very old when Alderman Potter was elected and took the town along with its name for himself.
So you do know a place called Bedford Falls?
I've seen pictures. It looked like a very nice place. Things have changed, but that's with the times. I have to go.
Mary Hush! You live on Reed Street, a white Victorian. Your bedroom's at the top of the stairs, you turn to the left, and you have an older brother, Marty, and you live with your mother, Twina.
How do you know all this? What are you? Some crazy man? Stop it, I'm leaving.
Don't you know me, Mary? Just let me
Oh,
touch
get
you.
your hands off me, I'll call a cop.
The cows you wished for, don't you remember?
I told you. I don't know you.
Don't you
Let
know
me
me?
go. Officer!
Mary, George, don't you know me?
Let me go.
Please, Mary, don't do this to me. Where Mary, I need you, Mary.
Get away from me! Help! Help! Police!
Mary, this is George. You're alive. Clarence! 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 Help me, Clarence! Get me back! I don't care what happens to me. Just get me back to my wife and kids. Please, Clarence. Please, I want to live again. I want to live again. Please, please, God, please let me live again.
George? Is that you, George?
Get out of here, Bert. Get out of here. You're coming in closer and I'll hit you again.
What the Sam, how are you yelling for, George?
Come on. George. Bert, do you know me?
No, you. I've been looking all over town for you. Where you been?
Bert, I'm alive again. I'm alive again, Bert.
Sure you're okay. Hey, your mouth's bleeding.
It is? Hey, my mouth's bleeding. Hey, Bert, look at the blood coming out of there. Hey, would you? Jesus Spätzle. Jesus Spätzle. There they are. What do you know about that? Merry Christmas, Bert.
Merry Christmas. Get in the car and I'll take you home.
You will, Bert. Well, do that and turn the siren wide open. Merry Christmas, Bert, for fools. Oh, Merry Christmas, you old, wonderful building alone. Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. Mary, I'm home. Hey, have you seen my wife? What's these people, these reporters? Merry Christmas, reporters.
Mr. Bailey, there's a deficit.
I know, $8,000, I bet, huh?
George, you got a piece of paper here.
Bet it's a warrant for my arrest. Isn't it wonderful? Hey, have you seen Mary? Look at this wonderful old drafty house. Isn't it wonderful? Hey, where's Mary?
Merry Christmas, Daddy. Merry Christmas, Daddy.
Speak, Tommy, Janie, oh, couldn't you up? Where's your mother?
She went looking for you with Uncle Billy.
Oh, Zuzu.
Daddy!
Zuzu, my little ginger snap, how do you feel?
Fine, not a smidge of temperature.
Not a smidge, hallelujah.
George! Darling!
Mary.
It's Mommy! Mommy's home!
Mary, just oh, you're real.
George!
You have no idea what happened to me.
Oh, you have no idea what's happened either. Come on, George, quick, they're on their way!
Who's on the way? The police department, the FBI, the National Guard. I'm alive again, Mary. Now listen to me, I'm alive again.
You stand right here by the tree now, and don't move. Don't move. I can hear them now, George. It's a miracle, it's a miracle. Uncle Billy, come in, everybody in here!
Oh,
Yes.
isn't it wonderful? Mary did it, George, she did it. She told a few people you were in trouble, and they scattered all over town to collect the money. They didn't ask any questions, just said, George is in trouble, you can count on me. You've never seen anything like it. What's this, George? Another run on the bank? Well, here you are. Merry Christmas.
The 9 forms to the right. Mr. Gower, Merry Christmas. Mr. Martini, step right up now. I busted the jukebox too.
Mr. Gower.
I made the rounds of my charge accounts.
Violet Beck.
I'm not gonna go, George. I changed my mind.
And I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George, so here you are. $242.
I've been saving this money for a divorce, if ever I get a husband.
Merry Christmas, George.
Merry Christmas, Mother.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Absolutely. Merry
Just a minute. Quiet. Everybody, quiet. A telegram from London.
Oh, London.
Mr. Gower Cable, you need cash. Stop. My office instructed to advance you up to $25,000. Stop. Hee-haw and Merry Christmas. Sam Wainwright.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hello, George, how are you?
Harry!
Oh, Mary! Oh, it looks like I got here too late. Mary, I got all the way up here as quick as I could from the airport, the full flow all the way up here to Blizzard.
Harry, how was the banquet in Washington?
Oh, I left right in the middle of it as soon as I got Mary's telegram.
How about some wine?
It's toast. So my big brother George, the richest man in town.
To George.
To George.
Should old acquaintance be forgot
And never brought to mind.
What's that book, George?
It's Tom Sawyer.
Oh, look, there's an inscription.
George, remember, no man is a failure who Clarence. Thanks for the wings, Clarence.
What's that?
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy. Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That's right. That's right. That's a boy, Clarence.
Let old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be
This has been a WBFR Playhouse of the Air presentation of It's a Wonderful Life. The WBFR Playhouse is brought to you this and every week by Bremner Hair Tonic and Duck's Toilet Cake. Please stay tuned for a program of popular holiday music. This is Freddie Fillmore signing off for WBFR in New York City and wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Have a good night.